All right, here we go. Wait, there you go. That's probably better. All right, Comics Plus. It's about that time. Akasan here with Michael Japone. It's been a while. It's been a while since it's been a Marvel movie, but here we go. We're getting ready to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. It's the third installment of the Deadpool series. The first X-Men universe kind of movie in the MCU officially. That's actually a big thing. This is not going to be under the Fox label.
Yeah, this is a Marvel Studios film.
This is it. So anything could happen. Honestly, anything could happen. I heard everything could happen. It's going to be crazy. What are you looking forward to in this series?
Well, really obvious answer. The things that I haven't seen on the trailers, and apparently the trailers only show like the first third of the movie. So there's a huge plethora of surprises waiting for us ahead. I guess I'm looking forward to being excited again. I've heard nothing but good things about it, but I've heard that line many times before, so I'm expecting to be pleasantly surprised just coming out. That's all I want. I want to be hyped about the MCU once again. And I want more cameos.
There you go.
A lot of cameos and a lot of X-Men lore, the X-Men film lore. I want to see them pay justice to those former films. Like they're promising in this film, so we'll see what happens.
All right, here we go. Kawasaki, La Zona, IMAX, laser, baby. Look at this. There you go. Boom. That's it, guys. The continuation of the MCU, the first X-Universe official MCU movie starts now. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey guys, just a real quick one letting you know that my full audio reaction to the entire movie is on Patreon. So if you want to, play along or just listen to the big moments of my real reaction, like to the big things, check it out on Patreon. It'll be worth it. That's on there in game. A few of the other big Marvel ones. So yeah, that's it. Back to the review. All right, guys, we just got out of Deadpool and Wolverine. This is our immediate reaction. Immediately after getting out of the theater a bit, we got, they gave us a little bit of freebie stuff.
They gave us cool some swag. This has some stickers in the inside, and then you got the poster.
With the poster right there.
Yeah,
seen on IMAX.
It looks like you can color these stickers yourself.
Really good. So what I'll pretty much do here is we're going to keep it non-spoiler in the beginning.
Yes.
For the most part, just so you get the review. And then I think I will make just a separate spoiler video a little later and post that up separately, okay? So this is just initial review here. I guess everybody wants to know, is it good?
Okay, that's kind of like an easy answer.
Is it good?
The movie
is the movie good? Did we like it?
Very good.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, maybe halfway through, I was like, I'm satisfied already.
Yeah, I agree.
That's kind of how I felt.
From the intro, from the beginning. Beginning, like I can sometimes tell with a movie, sometimes like, for example, Wonder Woman 1984, in the beginning, I'm like, okay, is this going to be as hype as everybody is saying it's going to be?
You can tell.
Or the first Wonder Woman too, and I'm just like, no, it's not.
You can tell.
Yeah, you can tell in the beginning.
The tone is set like in the first 10 minutes of that movie.
100%. Like the main, and I think I love how meta inclusive this particular movie was this time around. Was I mean, the first thing Deadpool says, and this isn't really a spoiler, but the first thing Deadpool says is what everybody was thinking was, how are they going to include Wolverine without desecrating the story of Logan, right?
And you get that answer.
You have that answer. You have that answer from the beginning, and I like that. When I saw that, I'm just like, okay, that's kind of good.
They put a lot of thought into what they're gonna do with this, and it made it fun, you know, like what they did with it.
Well, that's what I liked about the first Deadpool movie, was the fact that it was this kind of raw, action-packed movie, but could occasionally make fun of itself and be funny. The second movie,
it was kind of the first of its kind when it came to that 100%. Making fun of itself aspect.
The second movie came out and was, I think, they lost a bit of that edge a bit, and like they were already, you could kind of see that they were kind of stuck in this weird pace of like, where does Deadpool exist in the X universe? Where is the X universe going to exist in the new in just the Fox world that, you know, post Logan? Where's it all going, right? I get how they handle that. I like how they handle that. This one was a really good take on like, where is Deadpool now in the MCU? In
the larger picture of all the Marvel. The Marvel
and I think they did a really good way of not making it too confusing for people that have never seen Loki, have never seen much of any of the in-game.
Yeah, I thought about that. Like, if you hadn't seen Loki, even then you'd still get everything you needed out of what they used. Like, obviously, you see in the commercials the TVA agents and stuff are in that scene. So,
well, yeah, I mean, there are a little bit of not necessarily confusing points, but parts like
if you
kind of plot twists, like are like kind of plot holes where I'm like, well, what about what happened in Loki? Wouldn't they figure it? Like, but it wasn't really that important to the universe.
It wasn't something where, as I was watching, I was like, but what about that? But now that you mention it, it's like, you know, if you've seen Loki, you see how Loki ended, you wonder something.
There's a few branches that are kind of weird. The way it ends makes me wonder about how things are going to work with the inclusion of X-Men and then all the different people that we see show up. How's that gonna work, right? So it'll be very interesting to see where we go from there with the future of Deadpool within the Marvel universe as well.
And we'll go in a little more detail about that in the spoiler version.
Exactly. Other than that, I'm trying to say, what can we say? Oh, I will say there's a lot of cameos that I honestly I didn't see coming.
And when people talked about they saw the first 30 minutes of the movie, and I watched reviews of that first 30 minutes, there were still secrets and things in that first 30 minutes that still weren't even talked about on the internet. So I was kind of blown away, like from the get-go, so many different cameos that I still never heard about. There's only like a couple that I was suspecting that people would show up. But most of them I wasn't expecting. And the way that they had some of these cameos presented was also an interesting thing. Like they really paid homage to the whole entire Fox universe, Marvel universe history kind of thing with this movie.
I didn't even want to watch the premiere, like the red carpet premiere.
I saw the last bit of it.
Because there were people who showed up in the premiere that I
want to know what you're talking about when you say that.
And in the spoiler review, I'll talk about it later, but there were people that showed up in the premiere that I wish I didn't see on the red carpet because I was like, oh no, wait, did they just spoil something big time? But it didn't happen. So actually, I was kind of glad that it didn't happen that way.
That's good.
Though I was kind of expecting it throughout the entire movie. Because I had also heard big time rumors for months building up that they were planning to have someone show up, and I'm like, nah, contractually that's gonna get really messy. But But Deadpool did a huge. All I can say is Deadpool threw in the kitchen sink, literally.
Like
literally threw in the kitchen sink.
They pulled no breaks,
and a lot of people returned. That I don't think anybody would have ever expected in a million years, given if you know a lot of industry stuff behind the scenes. There's a lot of people there's a lot of things like it's crazy that a lot of people just kind of swallowed their pride and just was like, yo, I just want to be in this movie. The last thing I'll say, in non-spoiler wise, is I feel like even though this is the first X-Universe movie in the MCU, it was surprisingly a really well developed farewell to the Fox universe as well. They took the time to give the Fox universe their last stand and their goodbye.
Pun intended.
Right. their goodbye to the audience. And I also feel like a lot of that has to do with Feige as well, because that's where Feige started.
Oh yeah.
Feige actually started within the Fox universe,
So it
and
is
then
like a coming home.
made his way over. I think he was also at Sony for a while, and then he ended up doing Marvel himself like that. So, other than that, just I do have a few questions that I'll have to watch, like probably some YouTube videos about, like even the beginning, the story, the way it starts. It's kind of weird because Deadpool's already kind of included in the Marvel universe, so I was like,
so how is it that way? But they kind of had a, there's a way that they went about it.
Yeah, it just seemed natural. It was, I guess it was this situation where just the X-Universe.
This is because this is the new, the studio. So this is the situation now. He's in there.
Well, my guess, is the fact that in the Fox universe, the Avengers did actually exist. They just were never mentioned. They were never mentioned, but they're just gonna have to roll with it at that point. Because I was a little confused in the early situations during the job interview. I'm like, wait, what? Like, okay, so that was a little weird. So my guess is just the fact that a version, not the MCU, but a version of the Marvel universe
was always there.
Was always in the Fox universe, but just was never mentioned. I guess.
Either way, knee-jerk reactions to the film, man. I'm just
great.
100% pleased. I'm not disappointed. Like I've been disappointed in so many of these Marvel films lately. This film is total like satisfaction, guaranteed fan service, plus a great plot with a lot of feeling involved. So it's like they hit all the notes. I feel like pretty spot on.
Amazing.
And this is the knee-jerk reaction, so I can kind of ham it up. This is kind of how I feel.
I mean, dude, we bought
right after the movie.
I mean, it was so much. I haven't done this in a long time.
Man went in on the merch. We were talking about when we walked in. We were like, merch, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Leaving the movie theater.
Yep.
Different feeling.
I mean, probably gonna buy more. I mean, it had nothing to do with the MCU, but I bought some Spider-Man stuff. But I did get one.
Yeah.
For the beach. Here we go, baby. Marvel, baby. There you go.
It's Marvel.
It's Marvel, baby.
I would say my score for the film it was marvelous.
It was marvelous. It was marvelous.
It was
Make sure you guys see it immediately before you're spoiled. Yeah. You don't want to miss. You seriously. It's like the best thing I can compare it to is like the Acolyte. Is like if you don't
I didn't see it.
Right. If you don't watch the episodes of the Acolyte,
and then
it's ruined on Twitter for you.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff.
Any plot twist,
seen a lot of stuff.
You'll be like, well, okay. And then if you actually go see it, you'll be like, well, now I knew it was coming, so it's not so shocking
The
anymore.
magic of seeing it without knowing anything.
WWE, that's another good one. When they have those surprise returns, I think that's actually a better analogy, is the fact that it's basically like a WWE return. Like people literally were coming down the ramp and you're just like, what? Like kind of a Royal Rumble situation.
You gotta see it live.
It's him. You
gotta see it live.
God almighty, it's him.
And live in this case is go see it as soon as you can.
100%.
Stay off of Twitter, stay off of YouTube.
It's crazy, man. All right. Spoiler review coming up later. That's it. And make sure you check out Michael Japone on Twitter, mainly. On Twitch.
Yeah,
on Twitch and Instagram as well. We're going to be streaming a little later on Twitch. See you then.
You guys
Peace, y'all.
Peace.